Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lingo Dots Podcasts. Today, we have a really exciting topic. We're talking about someone who made history and brought hope to millions of people. Guess who?
I know. Barack Obama. He became the first black president of the United States in 2008. His story is full of hope, hard work, and challenges.
Exactly. His life teaches us a lot about progress, even when things are hard. We'll explore his journey today, from his childhood to the White House. So, sit back, relax, and let's dive into the story of Barack Obama. So, let's start with Obama's early life. He was born on August 4th, 1961, in Hawaii. His mother came from Kansas, and his father was from Kenya. But sadly, his parents divorced when he was still very young.
Right. After that, he mostly lived with his mother and grandparents. When Obama was just 6 years old, they moved to Indonesia because his mom married again. Living in Indonesia gave him the chance to learn about new cultures and ways of life.
That must have been interesting. But Obama didn't stay there forever. He went back to Hawaii to live with his grandparents when he was in 5th grade. He also attended a very good school, thanks to a scholarship.
Yes, and education played an important role in his life. But growing up wasn't always easy for Obama. His father was black, and his mother was white, so he sometimes felt out of place.
I can imagine. It must have been tough not knowing where he fit in. But those early experiences helped him understand the struggles of different people. That's probably why he cared so much about unity later in life. After finishing school, Obama moved to Chicago. He wanted to help people, so he worked as a community organizer. His job was to help people find better jobs and improve their neighborhoods.
That sounds like important work. But I think Obama wanted to make an even bigger difference, right?
Exactly. That's why he decided to study law at Harvard. And guess what? He became the first black president of the Harvard Law Review. That was a huge honor for a student.
Wow, that's impressive. After graduating, Obama went back to Chicago. He kept working on community projects, but he also started thinking about politics.
Yes, in 1996, Obama was elected to the Illinois State Senate. This was his first step into politics. While working there, he focused on helping working families. He also worked to improve education, which was very important to him.
It seems like he always believed in making life better for everyone.
That's true. He knew that change had to happen through both community work and government. He worked hard to help people who needed support the most.
So, his journey in politics started small but with a clear purpose: to make things better for families and students.
Exactly. And this experience in Chicago prepared him for bigger roles. His work in the community and government was only the beginning of his political journey. Obama's rise to national fame started when he ran for the U.S. Senate in 2004. He won the election, but it wasn't just that win that made people notice him.
Yes, it was his speech at the Democratic National Convention that same year. People across the country loved his words about hope, unity, and change.
He really had a way with words. His message made people believe that, no matter where they came from, they could achieve something great.
After that speech, Obama became more famous. Many Americans saw him as someone who could bring the country together.
It's interesting how quickly his popularity grew. Just a few years earlier, not many people outside of Illinois knew who he was.
That's right. By the time 2008 came, Obama decided to run for president. A lot of people were excited about his campaign. They were tired of war and economic problems, and Obama gave them hope for something better.
Yes, and he promised to fix the economy and bring U.S. troops back from Iraq. People liked that he wanted to help everyone, no matter their race or income.
Young people especially loved him. Many of them joined his campaign, volunteering to help him win.
But it wasn't easy. His opponent, John McCain, was very experienced. Both sides fought hard during the campaign.
In the end, though, Obama's message of change won. He made millions of Americans believe in a better future.
Election night in 2008 was unforgettable. When Obama won, people celebrated all over the world. He wasn't just the new president, he was the first black president of the United States. That was a moment many people thought they would never see.
Yes, it was a big moment for America. Obama's victory gave hope to people who had faced racism for a long time. They felt like real change was finally possible.
Thousands of people came to Washington, D.C. to watch him take office in January 2009. His speech at the ceremony was all about working together to solve the country's problems.
And there were a lot of problems at that time. The economy was in bad shape, with people losing their jobs and homes because of the financial crisis.
Right? Obama quickly started working on solutions. He introduced the Recovery Act, which gave money to businesses and helped create jobs. He also helped families who were struggling to pay their bills.
One of his biggest ideas was Obamacare, which made health care easier to get. Many people with little money or health problems could now have health insurance.
Yes, but even though many people were excited about Obama's plans, not everyone agreed with him. Some politicians didn't like his ideas and tried to stop them.
That's true, but Obama stayed focused. He wanted to help as many people as possible, no matter how hard things got.
His presidency was off to a historic start, full of hope but also full of challenges. Even though Obama became president with so much hope, things didn't stay easy for him. Some people didn't like his ideas, especially his health care plan. Many politicians tried to block it.
Yes, and some people were even angry that Obama became president. Some didn't believe he was born in the U.S. They kept asking him to show his birth certificate, which no other president had been asked to do.
That's right. Many people saw that as racism. It was clear that not everyone was ready for a black president.
It got worse with the rise of the Tea Party, a group that strongly disagreed with Obama's ideas. Some of them used harsh, even racist language to talk about him.
I remember one time, during a speech to Congress, a politician shouted, "You lie!" at Obama. That kind of disrespect was shocking.
Yes, it showed the kind of challenges he faced as a black leader. Some people just didn't want to accept him no matter what he did.
And Obama also had to deal with serious problems in the country, like unfair treatment of black Americans by the police. When a black professor was arrested at his own home, it caused a lot of anger.
Obama tried to calm things down. He invited the professor and the police officer to the White House for a talk. He always tried to bring people together, even when things were tough.
But his presidency showed that ending racism is not easy. Even with a black president, many people still felt divided. Even with all the challenges, Obama stayed focused on making life fairer for everyone. He believed that everyone, no matter their background, should have a chance to succeed.
One important thing he did was appoint Sonia Sotomayor to the Supreme Court. She became the first Hispanic justice, which was a big moment for many Americans.
Yes, and Obama also started a program called My Brother's Keeper. It was made to help young black boys by giving them mentors and job training.
He also worked on reducing harsh punishments for small crimes. Many people were in prison for minor drug offenses, and Obama wanted to give them a second chance.
He cared about justice and fairness. Even though he couldn't solve everything, he helped start important conversations about equality and change.
That's right. His actions showed that even small steps toward fairness can make a big difference.
Obama's time as president gave people hope, especially those from minority communities. His story showed that no matter where you come from, you can achieve great things.
Yes, and programs like Obamacare helped millions of people get health insurance. He also worked hard to support young people through My Brother's Keeper.
But not everyone was happy. Some activists said Obama could have done more to stop unfair treatment of Black Americans, especially by the police.
That's true. Obama tried to help all Americans, but some people felt he could have focused more on issues that affected Black communities.
Even though he couldn't fix everything, his presidency started important conversations about race and equality.
And those conversations are still happening today. Obama's story reminds us that real change takes time and a lot of hard work.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode. Obama's story teaches us that even when things are difficult, progress is still possible.
Yes, and it shows that change doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, patience, and belief in a better future.
We hope you enjoyed this conversation. What do you think about Obama's story? Do you think his time as president made the world better?
Let us know what you think. And if you like this episode, don't forget to subscribe to Lingo Dots Podcasts for more stories like this one.